Hi everybody, I'm Suzanne Wade. I'm the project coordinator for Testing the Waters, a Paddle and Probe adventure. This is our second day. We started out yesterday, and I'm going to take some of Sandy, one of our team members' comments. She said yesterday was like a tiny little up north river. We left from Mayville. We went down to the Greenhead Landing before Horicon. She said there were some challenges in there. There was some fast waters and ripple. And then today, it was like a completely different world going through the Horicon Marsh. Wide open, eagles, pelicans. I'm probably taking some of what Eric was going to say about the day. But we're heading all the way down to Beloit. And we're organized by the Rock River Coalition. We've been around since 1994. And we are known for doing a lot of different things. We actually started as a coalition of the cities along the main stem of the Rock River, including Horicon. And we were looking at river walks and trail connections, which I think is a pretty interesting, where we've gone kind of a different direction, and now we have the Rock River Trail Initiative, which is one of our partners, really doing the trails. We just didn't have the right people to do the trails at the time. But we spent probably 2 years looking at trail corridors. Our name was actually the Rock River Corridor Coalition at first. We do a lot of events with water quality and with shoreline restoration in the past. That's our mission, is to educate and to bring together people of diverse interests. We spend a lot of time bringing together farmers, business, elected officials, municipal staff, to talk about major issues within the basin. And that's in order for us to protect and improve the environmental, the cultural, the recreational, and the cultural resources of the Rock River Basin. So it's a pretty huge mission. So you can't do all that at once when you're all volunteers. So we tend to take chunks and do different projects for a while, depending upon who's on the board. And I always say, we walk with, you walk with your feet and you go do the projects that are important to you. And if it's not important to you, then we don't work on it. And that's just the way it works. You're probably going, where's the Rock River Basin? It's a huge piece of land. It starts north of the Horicon, goes all the way down to Beloit, but what people sometimes forget is on the east side, it includes all the Oconomo enclaves. On the west side, it includes the Madison Lakes. Sometimes hard for us to make the people of Madison realize that the Yahara River flows down to the rock. Other thing you have to realize is while we only look at Wisconsin, that's only about half of the Rock River Basin. The other half goes through Illinois and comes out at Rock Island. And that's mostly agriculture through there. So we're a mix of big cities, Madison and the Oconomowoc area, Beloit, Janesville, smaller cities like Horicon, Watertown in the middle there, Waupun, a very wonderful mix of over, how many thousands, 800,000 people live in that basin? So you might say, you came here, why testing the waters? Why are we doing this? When you have a whole basin, it's sometimes hard to look at the connections. You look at a city like Horicon and Juneau and Watertown. How do they relate to each other? How do cities tend to relate to each other? My school's better than your school. It's usually competition. It's generally not cooperation. So projects like the Rock River Coalition and Testing Waters help us link those communities together. So we want to link the communities up and down the Rock River. We want to collect water quality information. We get a snapshot of that. You're going to hear more about the value of the water quality information in a few minutes. We're educating students. We have 2 students hired from UW Whitewater going to classrooms throughout these 9 days, doing educational programs with the youth of our society, of our basin. We also are educating the community with community events like this. We're videotaping them. They'll be able to go up online, and you can then see what other keynote speeches have been throughout the basin. And we're doing social media updates. If you go to a Rock River Coalition Facebook page, you can see you want to know what's happening tomorrow, you can look tomorrow and you can see various photos and other updates. We also have a website called testingwaters.org that has, you'll hear more. The Rock River Coalition is organizing this. I'm the project coordinator, but we couldn't do it without the other partners. Current data, you're going to hear about the equipment that they developed. The Rock River Trail Initiative helped us look at where we could go on the river, how long, what were the problems. DNR was a funder. They also have been at every single meeting helping us figure this out, organize it, communicating with other people in the DNR and with wardens. Jefferson County has been a key person to think about things and help with our publications and our editing. University of Wisconsin Whitewater. Well, you're going to hear from Eric. He's a professor there. We could not have done this without UW Whitewater. UW Extension has been a partner, has been the Renew the Rock, which is the Rock River Stormwater Group. That's our partners, but it takes money. I might be a volunteer, but we've hired students, we've got to pay for food and vehicles and everything else. It's about a $30,000 venture. So we've had major funding, about $15,000 from the DNR. University of Wisconsin Whitewater has funded about another $5,000. We Energies, Alliant Energy, ATC, and Angus Young have all contributed smaller amounts of money, along with a number of $100 donations. We have the poster. We were going to bring the poster up. We'll have to do that with all the list of all of the donors. Our flagship program is citizen monitoring. I'm just going to say that because we have somebody who's going to talk about it tonight. Our other programs, besides the stream monitoring, we offer a lot of webinars, mostly for emergency personnel about flooding and wetlands in the last couple of years. We've done stormwater, runoff types of webinars. We have 3 chapters. They're doing local projects, the Johnson Creek Watershed Association, the Monashaw River Association, and our first one, the Friends of the Badfish Creek. We do a lot of education. You can pick up our newsletters from the back, forums, etc. And a lot of people don't realize that we are almost 100% for everything but our major individual projects funded through memberships and donations. Without our memberships, we really couldn't exist. We could not do all the projects we do. You're going to hear about stream monitoring. Most of the basin, Dodge County, Jefferson County, Rock County, all that funding comes through our memberships and our donations. Finally, these are chapters I told you about. The Friends of Badfish Creek, you can read what they're doing. Monashaw River Alliance, the Johnson Creek Watershed Alliance. So I wanted to do just a brief intro about what the Rock River Coalition is. You can learn more at www.rockrivercoalition.org, and you can contact us at that email address. Mark, we're going to let, I don't think I told you, we're going to
Yeah,
let,
I'm going to bring it up.
oh, you're bring his up.
Suzanne.
Okay, thank you.
Question.
Sure,
Can I ask a question?
yes. Oh, I just moved out of my videotape.
I was just wondering if there's any partnering with Dodge County or Dodge County Parks in particular. Bill Ellenbeck at the county would probably be pretty interested. Has he ever?
Well,
I
Bill
want to
Ellenbeck,
name
I don't
names.
know anything about Bill. Bill Ellenbeck was on our board for about 10 years.
Okay.
He helped start the organization. He's a great friend. He's gotten us our information here. When we did a lot more in recreation, he was on the board, he was our treasurer, and we're really good friends with him. I've tried talking to him about doing a few more things with us, but we did a lot of work with Dodge County Land, the land use department. When we did a lot of workshops on cost of community service, on groundwater, on what else do we work with? On rural development, land use planning, sorts of things. So, depends on where our push is, which departments we tend to work with. We've been working with more with the land conservation departments, especially with the stream monitoring program. But in other times, it's been a lot with the parks and with land use. Those tend to be, and with extension, those tend to be the places that we do the most work. Other questions?